of everything. We had a cultural experience in the innings break just now, and we're going to find out a bit more. I'm here with the leader of this group. Ma'am, tell us your name, and also how much does this mean to you guys to perform at a world event like this?
This is really a great opportunity. By the way, my name is Rohini Kirandral, and these all are my friends, my team, my family, everything. So this was actually a very great opportunity for all of us, and that's it. I'm so happy that we got this chance and overwhelmed. Thank you so much.
Okay, we're gonna move on and speak to some of the others, because as you can see, they're of all ages. It's beautiful to see. I'm going to some of the
Parts of India, and also more Western, because there's a bunch of young people out there too.
Well said, short and sweet. Listen, this is where it's at, the MLC. You learn about so many different cultures and experiences. These were phenomenal.
Yeah, lovely. It was good to watch. The crowd there.
Done with your 11 for today?
We have two changes. Stephen Taylor misses out, Cheyenne comes in, and Ladder misses out, and Nush comes in as well.
Good luck, play well.
Thank you.
So, you're going to have a bowl first. What's your thoughts on the new surface? Did you see any of the first match?
I think it's similar from the first game. I think once you bowl the right areas and pick up a couple of wickets, you can set up the tone for the entire 20. So hopefully we could get that done and hopefully have a good chase at the ending.
Looking at the first match, there was maybe a few phases of the game that could have possibly gone differently. What was your thoughts on how that match went?
Yeah, I think in the game those things happen. I think you just have to learn, accept and move on. So hopefully we get a better count on the field and take the catches, so hopefully we could restrict them to the lowest possible total.
You might have to chat with your teammates as well. Andre Russell's just walked in front of the cameras as well. You might have to just have a chat with him. In terms of your 11, what have you done?
We are playing the same 11.
Good luck, play well.
Thanks.
So the news then from the toss is that MI New York have won the toss and they're going to have a bat first.
Right, a summary then of match number 5. 163 for 5, plays 157 for 8, and a look at the highlights of the chase.
Yeah, 164 on. And they had to start well at the top. They couldn't. Conway loses his poles. What a ripper from Marco Janssen. But played a couple of nice strokes. Put the fours, his innings, and that was it. Yeah, I'm afraid so. A short stay. Got to skip around to 14. Think about Miller and these guys at the top there really are key for the Super Kings. There's freedom of stroke play. It's the order at the top. Miller is so good downtown. Really is a go-to area for him. And there's tries to catch it. And Phillips got in the way. Man, he's a good fielder on the rope. And that was into Miller. This got reviewed. Initially not out. And Akil said, look, I think we need to come upstairs, Skip. Yeah, good call. Another wicket. This top order had no answer. Paul Wilson had to change his decision. And he had these guys in terms of the top coming and going. And all of a sudden, they were 5 for 50. Real issue. Think about the left-handedness and Mitch Santner, him coming into the crease, using all his hand-eye and timing, and then Bravo coming in at number 7. Both these guys, well, a bit of luck early on there. So Nokia couldn't hold on to one. He just kept biffing away until then. Couldn't blame Santner there to keep going. He got a quick fire 22 in 19 and disappeared. And really was left up to Bravo to put on a bit of a show, put on a bit of a clinic, and he did. Some wonderful striking. 2 West Indians having a bit of fun out there. Akil Hussain versus DJ Bravo, and then wow, I think this has been rated as the longest 6 so far in MLC here in Dallas. Nokia, yeah, he missed his lengths a little bit here this afternoon. Either too full, he missed his length with the slower one. Yeah, don't go upstairs for that, doesn't get any implement than that. And left to Bravo to try and turn on a miracle. Almost got there, got to his half century, and much to the delight of all the Yellow Army and fans. And a little slice here, he's so awkward to bowl to because he does a lot. And a little one-hander as well, just to tease and annoy the opposition into no man's land. And in between all that, oh, have some of that, because it has gone a long way. No, and even the missed time, straight one-hander, wasn't always there, but it went for 4. And it was just a shame that the third last ball of the innings couldn't have gone for 6. But well played, DJ Bravo. So close. Not quite enough. In the end, losing by 6. But it just shows you Bravo's stunning ability. 6 sixes and 5 fours. What an impressive individual. They'll be sorely missed. He will be from the Super Kings franchises.
And so this is where it leaves the table. Orcas up at the top, and 2-2-2 for the Super Kings Freedom and Unicorns. Downstairs now, Alan Wilkins.
Welcome to the post-match presentation for the 5th match of Major League Cricket here at the Grand Prairie Stadium, and of course featuring the Texas Super Kings and the Washington Freedom. Major League Cricket would like to thank the city of Grand Prairie and the Grand Prairie Police Department, along with its central partners Betway, Abound, Royal Rice, Sling and BetBricks 7 for their support of this inaugural MLC season. Let's move on quickly because the next game is about to start. Invite Glenn Phillips to come forward for our Player of the Day, a cheque awarded by Mr. Sunil Mittal, CEO of Movate, and this for a splendid catch by Glenn Phillips.
Yeah, wonderful catching. Distance covered, important. The pressure of it because of who it was, made absolutely no mistake. Well done.
As always, we see so much clean hitting in these matches, but one man today went right to the top of the tree, Dwayne Bravo, to accept the Power Hitter Award for the longest hit, 106 metres, presented by Amy Churchill, Senior Director of Marketing, Lyric. 106 metre 6 by Dwayne Bravo, and it came off Anrik Nokia. Now, for his efforts today, Matthew Short, 80 from 50 balls, accepts the Player of the Match award from Tanvir Ahmed, a Major League Cricket investor from Houston. Thanks, Tanvir. If you can give the award there to Matthew. There we go. 80 of 50 balls. Thanks, Tanvir. I'll just speak to Matthew. You seem to have one gear, 6, straight into overdrive. What's the idea? Do you attack every bowler who comes your way?
Not quite. I think maybe the game plan in the first game was to attack and yeah, maybe go after the bowlers pretty early. But I think being a 6-over power play that here, it's a bit different to the big bash back home. So yeah. I think yeah, game plan was just to maybe take the gears down a little bit, and yeah, it was nice just to have a bit of luck out there and take it a little bit deeper. It was nice. The new ball came on pretty well, and the spinners bowled pretty well through the middle there. And yeah, I think a bit on the slower side, but yeah, it was just nice to get the win in the end.
All right, well done, Matthew. Well
Thank
done
you.
on your player of the award. Thanks very much indeed, Matthew Short, our player of the match of the water. Okay, Faf du Plessis. Let's have a word with Faf, who is captain, of course, of the Texas Super Kings. Well, Faf couldn't make it 2 out of 2. I guess when you're 50 for 5, it's tough to recover from that.
Yeah, I think it was one of those wickets where it wasn't easy to bat on. If you take Matthew Short innings out of the whole 20 overs, he played unbelievably well. But he's that one guy that made it look a little bit easier on the wicket, and then everyone else was kind of scratchy. One of those pitches where you never felt like you could time the ball. And then obviously DJ Bravo at the end here, just playing a bit of calypso cricket. Beautiful to watch.
Yeah, DJ got you very close. I mean, the match was only 6-run margin. So I guess you look back on things like this and say, where could we have got 6 runs from?
Look, I think you're right. You look at things, the small things that you could have done better. I think back to the no-ball wicket of Short. It was around 50, 60. Yeah. He got another 20 or so runs. In the context of a match, those are big runs. Obviously, the no-ball is an extra ball as well towards the innings. And then with the bat, I think just the power play, how we started in the power play. We lost too many wickets in there. When you're chasing a score like that, you want to make sure that you have a decent start, and then it's a little bit easier through the middle.
Final question, how's Gerald Coetzee?
Yeah, he got hit hard on the hand. He seems fine, but he's an Afrikaans boy there.
He's made of strong stock.
Yeah, so we'll see how he pulls up. Obviously, always with things like that, the following day it's the most painful, so we'll see tomorrow.
All right, Faf, thanks a lot. Thanks very much indeed. See you next time. Okay, the captain of the winning side of Washington Freedom is Moses Enriquez. Well done.
Thanks, Alan.
I've got a win in the winners column. Did that go according to plan?
For 30 of the 40 overs, it went according to plan. Obviously, the last 5 overs of our batting innings, you know, I thought not only did they bowl really well and use the wicket really well as well, but you know, myself and a couple of us couldn't really get the ball away as well. So we could have got, you know, maybe 10 or 20 more with the platform that Shorty set for us. But again, the last 30 balls of their innings was almost the opposite of ours.
When you're defending, you've got a lot of bowling permutations, haven't you?
Yeah, we've got a lot of options and a lot of different things to sort of sort through there. And you know, I actually thought we controlled their innings really well for, you know, all but basically Dwayne there. Just, you know, I think other than him and Shorty, all the other batters on this wicket really struggled to find any sort of timing. And I mean, that sort of hitting at the end there was pretty special.
Of the tournament, and of course we've got another match coming up. It is MI New York against the LA Knight Riders, coming straight up after this break.
Yeah, that's what's coming. Los Angeles Knight Riders against the MI New York.
See the world's best battle it out in Major League Cricket, July 13th to 30th. Watch live on Willow TV.
Exclusive on Willow in association with Toyota. Let's go places.
Watch cricket on the go. Every ball, every wicket.
Pure shot.
Anytime, anywhere, at no extra cost. Watch live cricket highlights and replays on Willow.tv on any device. Don't miss any of the action with Willow.tv on TV everywhere. Watch cricket on the go. Every ball, every wicket.
Pure shot.
Anytime, anywhere, at no extra cost. Watch live.
It's Super Sunday in Major League 2023 and we are in Texas for now. We will move on to Morrisville as the tournament goes along, but right now we're at this magnificent stadium in Dallas, the Grand Prairie Stadium. This competition is full underway. Match number 6 it is. It's been warm through the day. We had a bit of rain earlier on, but now the sun is out. And it's shining on the LA Knight Riders as well as the MI New York, who are both looking for their first win of the tournament. Crowd has come in. It's been a fantastic crowd. They were really entertained by the first match as well. We had the toss a little bit earlier on, and it was Kyron Pollard who called right, and he said, well, have a bat first. He just felt more than anything, going on the previous results, that was the way to go. Now the LA Knight Riders have decided to remain unchanged for today, so no Jason Roy despite him being in the country. It'll be interesting to see how that top order goes. They did struggle to put the runs on the board. There were periods in their first game where they were really quiet. They also struggled to pick up wickets in the middle phase of that first game. So look out for how Sunil Narayan uses his own bowling, and Zampa could be crucial as well. The extra pace of Lockie Ferguson would make it really tough for the opposition. Well, MI New York have made a couple of changes. Shehan Jangir is in, and it'll be interesting to see where he bats. He'll probably bat a little bit higher than that, the right-handed batter who's just coming off a good stint in Zimbabwe in the qualifier as well. Justus Kenjege is also in with his slow left-arm orthodox. And Stephen Taylor and Sarabjit Lara find themselves out of the side for today. Right, let's go find out a little bit more from Danny Morrison.
Hi, Danny Morrison here, MLC. Very excited to be here in the US. And I'll tell you what, tend to be used to this sort of paraphernalia, which is, of course, a baseball bat. Different with the game of cricket. I've got a young fellow alongside who thinks he could be good at cricket. This is Mitchell Rogers. Now, I like the Kansas City Royals too. Probably feels he could be playing there. But, young Mitchell, you've only just been introduced to cricket here in Texas because of the MLC. Do you think you're quite good? Do you think you can give it a go?
I don't know about good, but I'd like to give it a go. We'll see how this goes.
All right, so here are the Danny questions to pass this, okay? All right. See a bit of knowledge. Okay, you're standing in front of, we have two of these. Pitcher's mound, you only have one, but we have two of these. What do you call these three things?
Those are the stumps or the wickets, correct?
Very good, I like it, stumps. Very good indeed. Okay, now, when we're standing here, and the ball is delivered, right, we're standing here, how many balls will you face from one bowler, one pitcher, one bowler to you?
6 before switching. Or if you get wicketed.
Okay, and we're standing here, what do you call hitting the ball through this side?
A punch shot.
Punch shot?
Push shot?
The side of the grounds. There's two sides. It's mainly, this is this side, and this is known as, we're right-handers to that side.
So that's the long side?
Unlucky.
Short side.
No, it's not offside.
Offside, okay.
Yeah, and teaching others, and the leg side. So the leg side, say you point your butt. Okay. Remember, that's the leg side. So, but no, it's not bad. That's not. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. So we're going to give them 3 out of 4. I like that. They're very good. All right. So take your stance in front of the stumps, which you got right. Now I'm going to go and bowl a couple of balls at you. Rightio. Nice. Yeah, like it. Not bad. Catch that. Oh, brilliant. Keep it weight, gentlemen, in the field. And another question for you. You know, we're trying to get it full, us quicker bowlers, and we're trying a bit like baseball, and it gets really full. Do you know the name of that?
Gets really full when it bounces like right about here?
Yeah.
That's a Yorker, right?
Oh, this guy's too good. A Yorker. Mitch, give up the baseball, brother. You're coming to play cricket. Here we go. I'll try a fuller one. Oh, there it is.
Hey,
you see?
That was wide. That was wide.
It was, but it just swung and just gripped a little. Okay, one more. Here we go. Go, you ready? Oh, see that? I love those. See, that could have been caught. But what do you feel? What do you think? You like?
Definitely awkward feeling. The bouncing is very different in terms of tracking the ball with the eye. It's completely different feeling.
Do you think you'll play? You want to have a crack?
Oh, I definitely want to have a crack.
That's what we like to hear. MLC, keep watching, keep loving it, and so will Mitchell.
No doubt we're going to see new fans, new players, everyone coming to this great game of ours. Now, talking about this great game, this fixture, we've got Sunil Gavaskar. It's a rich one, isn't it? It's got a rich history, these two franchises.
They certainly have. The franchises, when they're playing back in India, between them, they won 7 out of the 15 editions of the Indian Premier League. They've got some tremendous players over the years, and they have really contributed a great deal to the Indian cricket team as well, because many of the players who played for these two franchises in India have gone on to play for the country and play successfully for the country. That is important. And you can see over there the Yellows have gone. The Super Kings are probably leaving there now, making way for the Blues of the MI New York. There you are, MI New York supporters. Some of them are wearing the Super Kings yellow.
Going to be an interesting encounter. MI New York taking on the LA Nitro.
Watch cricket on the go every time, anywhere, at no extra cost. Watch live cricket highlights and replays on Willow.tv on any device. Don't miss any of the action with Willow.tv on TV everywhere.
Major League Cricket highlights presented by Royal for the many flavors of in association with Sixers Social Club Dallas.
Live and exclusive on Willow.
In association with Toyota. Let's go places.
Knight Riders are back in action after a couple of days break, and they're up against MI New York. They've had just 1 day's rest, did play a day game as well, so that would have taken a little bit of energy out of them. Recovery would have been very important yesterday to get into this encounter and try and get some points on the board. Both these two teams looking for their first victory of this MLC 2023 season. Inaugural event, which has been so exciting already. We saw a very tight encounter earlier on today. Texas Super Kings nearly getting over Washington Freedom. It was so close. But it was Washington Freedom who go away with their first 2 points of the competition. As expected, there will be a lot of support for both of these two teams. MI New York have got their fans in, and the Knight Riders have got their fans in too. And that could very well prove important a bit later on. I'll tell you what, it's going to be fascinating to see how they go about this encounter. Sonny, there was a few things from these two teams from their first encounter they want to get right today.
They certainly want to, because they've got to open the account. The Knight Riders might have just been a little late in starting to attack the opposition bowling, and therefore they lost despite Russell playing a terrific innings. And then with the MI New York as well. But then MI New York have been like perhaps their franchise in the IPL, maybe slow starters. But there are not too many matches where you can come back like in the IPL. In the IPL, you have 14 matches in which you can come back. But here, you don't have that many matches, so you really cannot afford not to get off to a good start. As you can see, they are the two bottom teams without a single win. This is, of course, going to be only their second game. They have lost both their first games. So clearly, one of them will still remain without a point to their name by the time this match is finished.
Yeah, it's quite important that all the games really do count. They almost count for double in a way, because as you said, you're not playing a lot of fixtures, and it's about getting into the top 4. That's what you want to do, because if you can do that, you'll get to the playoffs, which will be played here in Dallas. Start off with the eliminator, the qualifier, the challenger, and then the championship match. So there's still a few opportunities, even if you may possibly miss out once you get to the playoffs. But all these games count in the league stage. There will also be some games played at Morrisville in North Carolina. It's going to be fascinating to watch these two teams in action today. It is the MI New York who've won the toss, and they've chosen
Texas. Fans, if you would please rise and take off your caps for the singing of our national anthem, which will be performed by Malika Suryadeva from the Indian Association of North Texas.
evening, Grand Prairie. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Star-Spangled Banner moves through this magnificent stadium, which has already seen some high-quality cricket, some close encounters, and the crowd is packed in for this match number 6. The two umpires walking out into the middle. Alim Dar, very experienced, will be standing out in the middle with Billy Taylor. They'll have a big job to do in this encounter. You can expect it to be quite fiery between these two teams. There's a couple of players who know each other very well also. They will have history. There's a few friends on either side of the two teams. They've played together internationally. It's going to make for a fascinating encounter. The question is, Sunny, for me, is how much is enough?
Yes, we saw in the first game of the day that 164 was enough. But clearly I think teams know that they need to score minimum of 180 to put some pressure on the opposition. Don't think the Super Kings managed their chase well. 164 should have been gettable, as Dwayne Bravo showed towards the end. And they failed by just 8 runs, but if the top order had done their bit, then the Texas Super Kings would have had another win. But that didn't quite happen. So Mumbai Indians clearly will be looking to get a good start, get to maybe 180, maybe even more than that, and that can put some pressure on the Knight Riders.
Pressure is important, as you already mentioned. From the point of view of this tournament, not a lot of margin for error. Don't want to make too many mistakes. Want to make sure that you get some points on the board nice and early. Gilbert Brevis showed some promise in that first game. Looked like he was in good touch. Just wasn't able to spend the amount of time at the crease he may have liked. Interesting to see his approach today as well. Fascinated to see how the opening pair goes as well. Did have a change in the opening pair. It's a bit of pace as well that they're going to be facing. Lockie Ferguson. Brevis will be on strike. And Shayan Jahangir will be at the non-strikers end to start things off. He's getting his first game.
3, 2, 1.
And we are ready. Here's a slip. Not surprisingly, Rivas goes after it straight away.
That's a magnificent shot. Young talent, not afraid to go after the quick bowlers, and Lockie Ferguson is quick. Yes, this one was probably just a warm-up delivery, about 139 deliveries. Seam position good, but outside the off stump, and that's exactly what young Brevis was looking for. Takes that front foot forward, hits it up in the air all right, but wants to feel the ball on the bat.
Now it's going down leg. I think this has come off his pad. Yeah, leg by as it is. Just quite getting it right.
Yeah, it's a new ball. Bowlers do take a little time to get their line right. You really can't afford to take too much time, because that can be very costly for your team. 8 runs on the first 2 deliveries. First ball outside the off stump, the second one on the leg side.
Beauty, lovely, very nicely bowled. Now, new opening pair, because they have made a change. Jehangir is opening the batting with Brevis. He's just come off the qualifiers in Zimbabwe, played for USA, played 5 matches, scored 242 runs. He's been in good form, average of 60, decent strike rate as well of just over 100. Remember, that's in the ODI format. So it's a very good strike rate. Made 100 and a 50. Too easy for Brevis. Picked up beautifully.
Once again on the pads, and Brevis quick to seize on that, and that's an abound 6 on the pads. Have a look at that, slanting in, moving into his leg side, and he helps the ball along. The extra pace of Lockie Ferguson also, about 142 kilometers per hour that delivery.
Edge and dropped. It was a thick edge. Keeper had to go for it because slip was standing wide. It's gone down.
Well, it should have been taken. Yes, it was difficult, but that's what the big mitts are for. Big mitts with that extra little cup between the thumb and the forefinger. It's like an extra cushion there. It's actually supposed to be much lower. But there you are. No wonder the bowlers feeling the frustration.
Bit of a mixed bag in that first over. Ends the over, and it's now 16 without loss.
Why is everyone talking about navage and nasal irrigation?
I am one who suffers from chronic sinus infections.
You need to clean that crap out of your nose.
Navage is simple. Your nose is the body's air filter, but it's not perfect. Navage is a drug-free way to help flush out allergens, mucus, and germs using powered suction. Join nearly 3 million Navage users so you can breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier.
I love this thing.
It's nice to breathe.
Navage, clean nose, healthy life.
Yeah, being one of the changes for New York today. They made 2. Njegi is also in with his slow left armers. Jehangir is opening the batting at the moment with Neil Brevis. Now, first over from Lockie Ferguson. Ended up going for 11 runs off his bowling, but 16 in total because of the leg byes. Ali Khan will be opening up with him, as expected. And he's got a slip in place. Oh, just in the air for a time.
So checked the shot at the last moment, luckily for him, and that's why the ball dropped just short of the fielder at mid-wicket. taking the shot at the last moment. The bowler was excited, but it wasn't a chance. Nope.
That's good from Ali Khan, right on the stumps. Just looks like, it's quite early on, but Jahangir just looks like he's falling over a little bit. Drive through the offside, slicing it away. Ian just looking like the head is just falling over a touch. Now, wickets is really the currency of opening bowlers, and Ali Khan has done so in the United States for USA. 38 wickets, he's right there on top. We had Netrafolk in action a little bit earlier on today. Stephen Taylor's not playing today. He's left out by MI New York. Then Jeggy's getting an opportunity today to see what he can do. Ball that one again.
Well, these pitches have certainly allowed the quicker bowlers to dig the ball and get the ball to climb high. But this was probably way too high. And so the umpire at point, he's not standing at square leg because the sun would be directly in his eyes, signals to the umpire at the bowler's end to call it a wide.
There you go. Nice. It was really neatly played to get himself off the mark. That'll be a relief.
Ali Khan got a slingy action. Run up seems to be easy, gathering pace as he approaches the stumps and as he gets into the delivery stride. You can see slightly round armish slingy action, and that was an attempted bouncer. It was a bouncer but way too high.
Yeah, it's good running. He is quick between the wickets. Both of these batters are pretty quick.
Well, there's Bharat, the coach of the Knight Riders. And you can see as Ali Khan has started to bowl the over, he's gone a little quicker. Started 131 kilometers per hour, now bowling about 138, 137.
Very, very full, just too full. Opportunity to go straight down the ground with a field up in the power play. He's 24 now on the board without loss.
Yes, nice juicy full toss. Powered away by Brevis. The Yorker going around. The ball is new. You don't want to look at the Yorkers at this stage.
Right, 2 overs gone, 24 on the board, going on very nicely for MI New York, who said they'll have a bat first when they won the toss. So, it's the kind of start you want, especially with a new batter in the team in Jahangir, getting an opportunity today. So, after what was a bit of a wayward over from Ferguson up front, Cornet Dry will now come in. It's on the stumps and there's confusion. Maybe, possibly, could have even thought of going to the other end because Brevis was actually mid-pitch.
Changi looking to steal a single, just ducking the ball. And then had to dive because Russo had come very, very quickly from his position at mid-wicket. The direct hit would have got him into trouble.
Cornet Dry in the first game played, bowled a couple of overs, went for 22. Oh, that looks so on target. He was in front of the stumps. And there was very little hesitation from the umpire.
Yes, the finger went up straight away. Brevis walking towards the non-striker, asking whether he should go for a referral. Jhangi doesn't think that a referral would be okay because he shuffles across. Don't forget, Brevis just shuffles across to the stump. So if he's going to miss a straight delivery, he's going to be in trouble. And see, he's gone towards the off stump. He's missed a straight delivery. Oh yes, it could have hit the middle stump. It's a good thing that it wasn't referred. The review would have been wasted. So MI New York have lost their first wicket. Brevis for 15. And the total is 25 for 1.
Right, for the first wicket that's of Brevis, and who say captain comes to the crease. Monang Patel led the side in Zimbabwe at the qualifiers. Comes in where Cornet Dry has found just about the perfect line.
He certainly has. The first couple of deliveries were also bang on target. Look at that. Shuffling across outside the off stump, then looking to play across the line. Yes, as soon as he missed it, he knew he was in trouble. And of course, the umpire raised his finger straight away. It was what you call a plumb leg before.
This is really good from Cornet Dry. We did see that Lockie Ferguson struggled a little bit in his first over, so the change from Sunil Narayan to Dry is a good one. And also, he did struggle in the first game, Cornet Dry, so there's something he's worked on, and he's decided this is a better tactic.
He certainly would have had a chat with Arun. Very, very experienced bowling coach. Did so well for the Indian team. He's really bowling well. Bowling a good line around the off stump, bowling a good length as well. Not allowing the batters to get onto the front foot.
Well, misfield. At this stage, it's just a little frustrating because they've caused a bit of pressure here after 2 expensive overs to start off with. That's naughty.
Frustrating for everybody because there was nothing. There was no second run being done. The ball was gently going towards the fielder. There was no need to be brilliant or try to be brilliant.
Just be boring, right? In those situations, sometimes you just need to be boring. Pick it up and throw. Going short, aggressive. What an over that was from Cornet Dry. It's 27 for 1.
See the world's best battle it out in Major League Cricket, July 13 to 30. Watch live on Willow TV.
Big wicket for LA Knight Riders when they got Brevis LBW to Dry. That was a big moment. He is dangerous, he's an aggressive player, and with the new ball, he could score all around the wicket. Brilliant on the stumps. Tight release at the long striker's end from Ali Khan, nice and close to the stumps, and he releases in the right place.
Well, Jahangir in that short stay of 8 deliveries never looked comfortable. Looking to play an expensive drive to a ball which wasn't quite a half volley, and the ball, as you can see, moved just that little bit. The foot was never anywhere near the ball. Big gap between bat and pad, and Ali Khan gets a wicket. That of Jahangir for 4, 27 for 2.
Wickets has been just a little change to the batting order for MI New York. They made a couple of changes to personnel coming into this, but now Ahmed Azam comes to the crease at number 4. Previous game, Nicholas Baran came in a bit earlier, and so did Karen Pollard. Ahmad in the last game actually came in at number 7. Different situation. He's setting a target now. They were trying to chase something in the last game, so very different situation.
See that slingy action? It should really get the ball to move away from the right-hander, but this time around the ball has come back in just a little bit, but that's enough to create that gap between bat and pad. You can practice this shot as much as you want, Jahangir. You have plenty of time in the dugout as well.
Talk about slinging actions. You want to know a slinging action? That man had the slingiest action of all. He was just about on the horizontal, releasing the ball.
And amazingly, the end from which he's bowling has an advertising board which suggests what his action is. And here's the man, Lasith Malinga. He's the bowling coach for New York.
The new youngster as well in the Sri Lankan setup in Patirana, who's also got that same slinging action. Very similar to Lasith Malinga in so many ways. Very similar to Lasith Malinga in so many ways. Very similar to Lasith Malinga in so many ways.
And with the fielder in the 30-meter circle, it's going to be a boundary. Leg bias, but with 2 wickets down, MI New York won't mind.
A repair job needed for MI New York. Could come from this pair. It's 35 for 2.
MI New York have lost Deval Brevis, they've lost Jahangir, and they have to rebuild from here. Some big hitters to come, mind, with Nick Pooran, Karen Pollard and Tim David, but ideally those big guns like a platform.
We go on about T20 cricket inside the power play. Inside the first 6 overs in T20, you really don't want to lose 3 or more wickets. Ideally, as a side, if you're going well, you're prepared to lose 1 or 2 wickets in the power play, provided you've gone quite well. But now they've lost 3, you see. That's challenging. It's challenging for the side batting because there's a wonderful stat going around. It's around about 72 to 75%. You lose 3 wickets on the batting side inside the power play, you tend to come second. It's not a prerequisite, it's not a big given, but there is, over the course of the recent history of the last decade or so of T20, you lose 3 in the first 6 overs, you are under the pump.
Look at those areas on the onside and straight down the ground, but he's not going to give you that to drive. Not from there, he's not. End of the over, 6 gone, power play done, 43 for 3. Just a few early boundaries, and they're using the pace of the ball. That should have been taken by Malhotra. That was absolutely dead plumb to Bolt Brevis. Jahangir played around it, and Monac, well, I'm not sure what he was trying to do with that. Nicholas Puran came in and immediately biffed it square for 4. The power play score, MR New York, 43 for 3. Adam Zampa, Australian leg spinner. Good numbers those, Danny. His best 6 for 19, but 7.3 economy is outstanding when you've taken 277 wickets.
Well, he's a wrist spinner. In terms He's getting a bit of wood on this. Simple leg buys. Just up the arm, fair enough. Forearm near the elbow.
That's why I failed my umpiring exams, Danny.
Oh!
This is Adam Zampa. That if he does bowl a googly. Oh, what a terrific delivery. It's rushed on, this has, from Zampa.
Also, with wrist spinners, we talk about wrist spinners versus finger spinners, they tend to get more bounce, and that has certainly bounced and zipped through nicely from Zampa up against Hamar.
How on earth has he got it there? And that's what Adam Zampa is asking. How on earth did he get that there? And the reason I'm talking about the googly is the ball where the wrist spinner, his fingers come down the side of the ball there, down the side of the ball. If he changes the position of his wrist so that the back of the hand is facing the batsman, the ball comes out in a different way and the spin is different and the ball turns another way. Sounds a bit complicated, it is.
but if you can control it, you become great at your task, which is what Shane Warne was. R.I.P. Shane Warne, 49 for 3.
My parents got an Aquasonic. It filters bad stuff out of the water, makes it taste great, so they told me to drink more water. They also said stop using so many cups.
Now up to 50% off at aquasana.com.
I was always skeptical of credit cards, but I also know it's the best way to build your credit. As an entrepreneur, that's essential. So
they'd expect as a side that it would be in this period that they'd pose the most danger. Teams playing against them would be wary in this period, and they'd plan for this period to try and work out exactly how they could try and take them down, how they'd deal with this middle period. It would help if up at the top somebody remained from the top order. 3 down doesn't help things, because you're trying to get going, trying to rotate, and they're all over you.
Yeah!
Straight, that's straight. And the finger's gone up from Alimdar. Contemplation with regard to review, and then the realization that it would be futile. Another one bites the dust.
And this is an area where the LA Knight Riders struggled in their previous game, was taking wickets in the middle phase. And already today we're seeing the difference. Maybe in some ways Zampa and Narayan being a little bit more attacking, going for the stumps and doing just what is required. And it's sort of what you expect from them. an excellent effort with the ball so far for LA Knight Riders. He makes 8, it's 54 for 4.
And it's also going to be a strategic timeout. He might signal Alimdar. There you go. 54 for 4. Right then, let's get downstairs and find out where Nikhil Chandan is.
Howdy y'all, we are here at the luscious Grand Prairie Stadium. We've got a timeout, but what actually happens in a timeout? I'm gonna show you guys, because this is a very important passage of play. You've got the players, you've got the batting team, the bowling team of course, and the umpires as well. We know they have such a tough job in this encounter. Now, it's a real opportunity to get a refreshment for all the teams, but for the Mumbai MI New York side, who are just lost their 4th wicket, a time to recalibrate. They've got the captain, Karen Pollard, out with his fellow Trinidadian, Nicholas Pooran. And for the Knight Riders, a way to plan how they go about things for the next 11 overs. We're bringing you in the middle for this strategic timeout. You've got the batting team discussing plans. Won't go too close to them, we'll give them their space. Far from finish. And let's not forget these guys. Toughest job in the game. They've got 4th Owen Brown, who's brought the refreshments. Mr. Alim Dar, with all of his experience, he got that straight face on. But trust me, they're always in the heat of the battle. We bring you right to the middle. You got Big Dre Russ with all the muscle, getting ready. You may have to come into action with ball in hand. It is such an important time, guys, in terms of what happens in the remainder of this game. This is what happens in the strategic timeout. You have to be in the middle to experience it.
Get out of there, Nikhil! Get off the field! They want to start! Come on, move along! Not allowed on the park! Here's our mole, you see. They got on there. We still have some time. The end of the strategic timeout. On we go. Excellent stuff, this. By the Los Angeles Knight Riders. Karen Pollard, my New York captain, has walked out to the middle. Oopsie. Wide and all the way to the fence as well. Freebies those.
Yeah, it's just one of those very few errors they've actually made today. Pressure's been so good. This is why Pollard is at the crease, because of the LBW. Zampa attacking the stumps.
Zampa.
Bowling. 59 for 4. $59 for 4. MI New York. And having a tough time of it here with this spinning operation. Ideally, as a side, you want to strike up at the front so that these potent spinners in the middle after the power play can also go to work at new batters and can then dislodge them.
The call was always 2 there. It's a good response. Yeah, it's something I remember very clearly from the 2021 T20 World Cup in the UAE, where players like Adam Zampa was so big in Australia doing well and winning that cup. The middle phases and being so effective, taking wickets, keeping the runs down. Shadab Khan did it for Pakistan as well. If you can get it right, if you've got a spinner that can take wickets and keep the runs down, it just means that that last phase, the final phase, gets really tough. But then you've also got somebody like Puran who plays spin really well. So he needs to find a way to counter-attack this phase.
And what's always fascinating to watch with the attacking players is how they temper the aggression with the caution and the consolidation. Many a time teams don't fuss about the wickets that have gone down. They play as if, well, I've turned up, I've got to play, and the way I play is like this. And sometimes get caught up in the situation. Because they're the last man, if I can put it that way, the last hope, and are needed to bat really deep. But the quandary is that they like to attack and so find it difficult to play within themselves. And that's where you want them as the bowling side.
They do rely a lot on their middle order though, don't they, MI New York? When you look at the likes of Puran, Pollard, Tim David as well to come. You showed that in the previous game, but it's such a different situation now, as you said. It's maybe tempering away on how to approach this phase.
Just the 4 off. 63 for 4. They're having a lovely time, particularly if they're on the side of the Night Riders. Hitting the stumps is what you want, just generally that line to be that much straighter. They've done all right, both the spinners. So far, 1 for 14, none for 6. That's all right. Right, tomorrow, match 7 is the Texas Super Kings against MI New York. It's also going to be available on CBS Sports Network. And that's a mainstream sports broadcast network. We'll be showing the cricket for the first time. It's a huge occasion. Massive, I tell you.
Absolutely mammoth. This is a station that showed the Super Bowl. And this rivalry is right up there as well. All of America, tune in.
That is hit very hard. It's got to Goptil in a flash. Uttam Chandani, what are you doing on the field? You're not allowed on the field. The game started. Don't you know this?
I just do as I'm told, Tom.
Who told you to do that?
Just like my friend Danny. Just like my friend Danny. We do what we're told.
Banged away. Just too high for Martin Guptill, who stood on his tippy toes, jumped up and couldn't quite get there. 6 runs.
Emma will be saying finally 36 deliveries without a boundary, and finally Pooran with the slingshot just over and into the sling billboards as well.
Very close. $72 for 4. Getting into it. Once there's any width, he'll back himself. And he's thrown the hands at that. Good judgment of the single. Pollard calling it. Seemed a little laboured, but the judgment was good. And so they're comfortably in the end. Got there, got in.
Yeah, they're all Trinidadian affair in the middle. Narayan, Pollard, Pooran. And they will know that if they can sustain the threat of Narayan, he's got 1 over after this, Zampa 1 as well. They've got 120 off the last 10 in that previous encounter. They've got Tim David to come. It's far from over. They're club mates as well, Sunil Narayan and Pooran of the Queen's Park Cricket Club. Well, I've heard Pooran has moved clubs, but I know he's played for Queen's Park with Kyron Pollard and Dwayne Bravo.
Too easy was the call. Easy enough in the end. 77 for 4. It's kept a little low, but Zampa means business. He can be a menace. And Pollard